Hey, my name is Marko Filipovic. I'm the CEO and founder of BooSend, and in this video, I will be walking you through exactly how you can use BooSend's AI agents to automatically close sales and book appointments for you 24/7 inside of your DMs. This video is going to be a comprehensive guide on how you can use BooSend's basic AI agent builder to build AI agents inside of your DMs and close appointments. You're going to learn exactly how you can use AI steps, how you can use the end conversation prompt, how to build knowledge bases, exactly what to write in your system prompt, as well as how you can connect your AI agent to your voice so you can send AI generated voice notes using your voice clone. Now, if you're ready for this, grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. Okay, so to start us off, we're going to begin inside of BooSend's dashboard. And to actually make this process super simple for you, we're going to start with BooSend's comment to AI appointment setter template. In here, you're going to have two different options, as you're going to see. The first one is going to be down here, and this one is going to make sure that they follow your account before actually engaging. This one is going to go through without making sure they follow your account. So make sure you pick one depending on which goal you're going to go for. In this case, I'm just going to press this one because it doesn't really matter, as today we're focusing only on the AI agent. Now, once we land inside of the automation, all you're going to have to do is scroll to the left to find your AI agent step. And the AI agent step is very easy to find. It is the black step here with the BooSend logo. Once you see it, you're going to click on this step, and now you can actually start configuring it. Now, one cool thing you're going to notice if you import one of our templates is that all of them have fill-in-the-blank prompts. They're ready to go. All you have to do is fill in your information, and these agents are going to be ready to function. However, if you want to customize them further than what these prompts allow for, or if you want to build one straight from However, if you want to customize them further than these prompts allow, or if you want to build one from scratch, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do in each one of these sections. And again, today we're talking about how you can set up your AI agents using the basic AI agent builder. We're going to cover the advanced AI agent builder in one of the future videos. Now, to actually start to build these out, we first have to understand how the basic agents work. So let's move over to the iPad really quick, and let me break this down for you. So when you have your basic AI agent, your agent is built out of a couple of different components. The first part is going to be the steps that it has to follow. The second part is going to be the end conversation prompt. The third part is going to be the knowledge base that you give it. So this is actually what's going to feed it the information that it knows about you and your company. And finally, the last option, which is always going to be optional, but it is going to make your agents way more powerful, is going to be the tools that you equip your agents with. Now, one thing you have to understand with AI agent steps is that they're not a script. Right? This is not a script. These steps are not a script that you give the agents. You're not telling it word for word what to tell to the user and exactly which sentences to send. Instead, what these steps function as is they function as literal building blocks of the conversation. So if you want to look at your conversation, you want to consider it in different puzzle pieces. So let's take a look at an entire inbox in multiple different pieces of the conversation. Now you have the first piece where you have your introduction. Inside of the introduction, you're probably asking the user a couple of opening questions to find out about their business or about why they even contacted you in the first place. Once you have completed the introduction with the user, in order to find out whether or not they could be a good customer, you want to qualify them. Inside of this phase, you're going to be asking them various different questions, looking for specific answers to make sure that they're going to be the right fit for your product. And then finally, if they are the right fit for your product, well, then you obviously want to sell them on your product or book them on an appointment. So the way that all of these steps work is all you have to do is you have to go ahead and you have to describe to the AI agent how to properly do the intro, how to properly qualify the lead, and how to properly sell the lead. These steps are going to ensure that your agents are going to be able to navigate the conversations no matter what questions the users throw at them, and they're always going to be aiming to complete their steps. And until they complete the steps, they're not going to move on. So they're going to be stubborn, and they're going to be persuasive, and they're going to act like really good salespeople who can navigate a conversation in a friendly way. Now, the part after that is the end conversation prompt, and that one is pretty self-explanatory. So for example, you want to highlight when a user is disqualified, or maybe that if a user tells you inside of the intro section that they're not interested in your product and services, that you want the agent to just stop talking to the user. Inside of the end conversation prompt is where you have to put all of these instructions so that your agent knows exactly when to stop talking to your leads. And the last thing you have here is your knowledge base. Actually, inside of your knowledge base, you can do a couple of different things. You can connect your website to your AI agent so that way it has all of the information from your website in case users ask it questions. This way, if they ask for any questions about your products and services, your company's history, or anything from your frequently asked questions area, the AI agent is going to have the direct access to the transcript of your website. It's going to look up the information it needs, and then it's going to answer the question to the user. Aside from your websites, you can also upload custom PDFs that are going to allow you to literally build out a knowledge base based off of the files and documents that you already have within your company. And lastly, obviously, if you want to create a custom knowledge base that is specifically built for this agent, you can also simply write out a custom text knowledge base inside of BooSend's platform, and then you can create the knowledge base and assign it to the agent. Now, the final piece called tools that I mentioned a second ago is what's going to make your agents extremely powerful. Here you can connect your agent to something like your calendar, or maybe you can even connect it to Google Sheets. And from this point on, your AI agent is now going to be able to actually function properly like an actual employee inside of your DMs. It's going to be able to fill out data or pull information from Google Sheets. It's going to be able to actually set up appointments on your Google Calendar or qualify the leads using your Calendly questions. These tools actually equip your AI agents to act like real salespeople. Okay, so now that we have that broken down, let's go back over to the computer and let's see how this actually looks like in practice. So inside of our basic agent, the first thing you're going to see is your AI steps. And if you use their AI template, now you're going to see fill in the blank prompts, and I actually suggest for all of you, whether or not you plan to use them, to import these templates so you can actually see how to write these prompts and how they should look like. So here we have our step 1, in which we're telling the agent to congratulate the lead on getting the resource and ask them what got him interested in it, and then we're going to ask it how long they've been following our page. This is going to be our opening scene like we talked about earlier. This is where we're going to find out how long the user has been interacting with our page and why they got whatever resource they collected using this automation. Once we have that information, we're telling the agent to find out whether the lead is qualified. We're telling you to find out whether they're dealing with a certain problem. Now here I'm also specifying that I don't want it to ask it outright. I want it to actually talk back and forth like a natural conversation to find out some of the common information that I may need. Now in order to do this, I'm also providing it with some common questions that it can ask. Again, I'm not giving it a script. I want to give it a list of questions that it can use to find out whether the lead is qualified or not. And then this agent is going to actually ask these questions or questions similar to this to find out the information you need to see whether the lead is qualified. Now, if they're qualified and they're dealing with a problem, then we have to actually qualify them based on their situation. So then we're telling it for step 3 that if they're qualified and if they're dealing with a problem, then you have to make sure that we can actually help them. So in order to qualify them further, you have to find out whether they fit the following 3 things. And then in here, you can list out all of the things that users need to have in place in order to make sure that your product or service is actually going to help them and work. And the AI agent is going to take care of asking the user all of the questions. Once it has asked them all of the questions, that is then going to move on to step number 4, where if the lead is qualified, we're going to get them to agree to hop on a call. And if they do agree, we're going to send them our booking link. So these are going to be our 4 steps. Now, obviously, you're going to want to customize these and fill them out for your business and your brand instead of having thing 1 and thing 2 and thing 3. Once you've customized your steps, you're going to move down to the end conversation prompt. Inside of here, you're going to see the prompt says something like this. You end the conversation at 2 points. Number 1, when you disqualify the lead is disqualified when, and then you would list out all of the reasons that would make your leads disqualified. This could be financial reasons, this could be industry reasons, any reason that your lead may not be qualified, you want to list it out here so the agent knows when to stop talking to them. And scenario number 2 is whenever we send them a call booking link, because we also don't want this agent to talk with the user forever like ChatGPT after it has sent them the link and booked them on a call. Once you have configured your end conversation prompt, you simply have to select your knowledge bases. So you're going to come over to this dropdown and you can select multiple different knowledge bases that you uploaded to BooSend to actually power your agent's intelligence. This is going to make sure that your agent has all the information it needs to answer the questions. So in here I have a BooSend PDF that we custom built, and I have it connected to our BooSend's landing page. So I'm going to give it access to both of these knowledge bases, and I'm going to close the dropdown. Now the next part, we have to actually select which AI model you want to use, and inside of here the best thing you can do is select auto, because in that case it's going to select the AI model that is best fit for the scenario. However, if you want to select a specific model like ChatGPT 5 or Gemini 2.5 Flash or Grok 4 because you like how they behave and talk to people instead, then you're able to do so. Once you've selected your model, the last step that's left is for you to actually configure the system prompt. Inside of the system prompt, you're going to have to replace this black variable here with your business name, because this is not the user's business name, this is your business name inside of the prompt. So you're going to replace this, for example, with BooSend, and now this agent is going to know the name of your business. Now the rest of this prompt primarily focuses on telling the agent how to behave when talking to the leads. We're telling it the attitude it should have, how it should approach asking questions, and how it should approach ending the conversation. I'm also giving agents tips on how it can execute all of the steps perfectly, which questions to ask and how to make decisions. Once you've configured your system prompt, you're almost done. All you have to do is set up whether this agent is going to wait for a user to message them or send a first message. Now to explain how this would work in real scenarios, if you had an AI agent that would get triggered automatically whenever anybody would message you on Instagram, that AI agent would be waiting for a message. It's waiting for a message from from a user. So whenever a user sends a message, this agent would respond. However, if you wanted to have an AI agent follow up with a user after they've clicked on a link, you would press the send first message, which would actually allow you to have the AI agent message the user first with an opening message like, hey Marco, I saw that you got this, this, and this, let's chat about blah, blah, blah. So you would configure obviously inside of your step and inside of your system prompt. Once you've decided which one of these two works best, you're simply going to select the option. Now, if you want to connect your AI agent to your voice clone, you can do so using our ElevenLabs integration. You can simply come here to the ElevenLabs tools, and then you can turn this on. Now, if you have your ElevenLabs account connected, you're going to see all of the settings right here. If you do not have your account connected, you're going to see a yellow bar like this. And if that is the case, you have to go to ElevenLabs, you have to get your API key, and then you have to go to BooSend's connection tab, and then you have to go to BooSend's integrations tab, click on ElevenLabs, and add your API key. Once you've created your integration, you can come back to your automations, and then you're going to be able to see all of your ElevenLabs settings. In here, you're going to be able to select your voice, you're going to be able to select the volume and the voice speed. This is going to allow your voice to sound exactly like you. Now, once you have configured your AI agent, you can simply press Save Now, and this is going to save your agent. And I know what you're wondering, but we still haven't talked about Google Calendar or Google Sheets and how do we actually book appointments. Well, inside of this agent, as you remember, as one of the steps, we told it to send users a booking link. Meaning inside of this agent, we would have provided with a booking link. However, if you wanted to have the agent actually have the ability to talk to the user, agree on a time, and then book the appointment at that time after asking them all of the questions and filling out all of your onboarding questions for you, here's how you can do that. You're going to notice that the AI agents have an additional circle at the bottom of it. This circle is called Tools. If you drag out from the Tools menu, you're going to see multiple different tools pop up. We have Google Sheets, Google Calendar, Calendly, and Cal.com currently available. And we're actually pushing out new integrations that are going to be available to AI agents. The way these tools work is very simple. All you have to do is connect the tool to your AI agent. Within the system prompt, you would describe to the agent how to use the tool and when to use it. And through BooSend, it would be automatically connected to your account, and the AI agent would have the ability to actually use these tools to schedule appointments and book leads onto calendars for you. So this is how BooSend's basic agents work. And as you can see, it is not too complicated. All you have to do is set up the steps it needs to follow, tell it exactly how it needs to behave, give it a knowledge base, and give it the tools you want it to have access to, and your AI agents are going to be ready to close. If you want to try this out for completely free, just click the link below this video and you'll be taken over to the BooSend's landing page where you will be able to start your free trial and actually be able to build your first AI agent. But this was it for this video. I will see you in the next one.